former national champion, now Cincinnati Bengal quarterback. Joey Burrow had a press conference that has the whole world talking. Is he all right?
No.
Is Joey Burrow all right? You tell us.
Change the way that you view the game?
No, it certainly doesn't change my desire to win. If I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing it. I've been through a lot, and if it's not fun, then what am I doing it for?
Whoa. He would go on for another minute and a half, obviously, as he would continue to give an answer. But that scares me. Joey B, we hope you're having fun. You're really good at football.
Really good.
You're really good at spinning it. I don't want to say your entire life you've been a great ball player, because there's obviously other personalities and other parts of you who definitely exist. You're super handsome. I think you like fashion. Obviously, you're into other things. But whenever you talk about football, Joey Burrow, we talk about you, buddy. You're a stud. We hope you're having fun. We're sorry you're going through it. But on that note, whenever the Cincinnati Bengals decided to build the team the way they built the team, a lot of us wonder, are they going to be able to win the big games, which ultimately brings the real happiness to the true competitors, which we think Joe Burrow is. So are they ever going to be able to get back to where they were a few years ago in the Super Bowl? We're not sure with the way it's built, but we do know, Joey B, we hope you have fun, dude. Come on. You're Joey B. And also, some of it is going to suck. Yeah. Some of it is going to suck. We just hope you keep battling, brother. I don't like all the injuries. I obviously saw the Andrew Luck story happen in front of my eyes. I mean, it is it's a wild thing when one of the greats this early starts saying, is this for me anymore? We hope he says yes, but that's not good.
Not at all.
I was on the Colts, obviously, when Andrew Luck was just getting, he thought it was disrespectful to football to give up on a play. He got hit a lot of injuries took place, serious injuries took place. Another one happened, and then that led to an early retirement. Now all eyes are looking towards Cincinnati and have been for a while. Go ahead, Con, man.
Yeah, Coach, with the Bengals and Jeff I can't even get it out. I was going to say Jeff Burrow, but with the Bengals and Joe Burrow, he gave a press conference yesterday and basically said, like, hey, the fun of the game seems to be, not leaving him, but he's not finding joy right now and everything, and that's kind of understandable with the injuries he's had. I believe, he's 29. He's only played 3 full seasons. I believe that's accurate, and he just came back. They were still in it. Unfortunately, with the loss to Buffalo, it's very, very hard for them now to kind of find a way to the playoffs. You were coaching Dak Prescott when he went through, his kind of worst time as a pro with, his injuries and some of the terrible things he had to go through to get to, the point where he's at now. What do you say to a player like this when they're in a situation where there doesn't seem to be much hope at the end of the tunnel? Do you think, Burrow, this is kind of one of those things where you just kind of have to go back to the drawing board? What do you think of this whole situation, and how do you think the Bengals as a front office and an organization can kind of fix Jeff Burrow?
Joe. His name's fucking Joe.
Joey B.
Excuse me.
But no, I think number one, overall, injuries is clearly the worst part of the game. When you watch players go through injury, and the amount of time they put into each and every season, the prehab and the sports science and advancement, and to think that how much Joe has been through as far as getting back from the injuries of the past. Yes, I could definitely see why he may be feeling the way he is. I think you have to, number one, for people that have to go up there and do press conferences on a regular basis, everybody wants you to be honest, and give a real answer. And the fact that he gave one, I think you have to respect that, because that's very personal to him, and I think he gives you, it might make inside of what he's thinking about right now. But yeah, the coming back from injuries it's a long process. I mean, Dak in particular. I mean, there's clearly nothing that you can't feel for these guys, because playing quarterback and really playing professional football, it's a 12-month, 7-day-a-week deal. I mean, these guys, whether postseason and what they get through as far as their time off and going into it. But I think what do you do and what do you say? I think, frankly, you rely on the relationships and the support that you have around him. I mean, just from my understanding, he's a very well respected young man, not only in Cincinnati, but in the National Football League. So I think the people closest to him and relying on that, and just to make sure he's talking to people and going through this. But I think he gave you a very honest answer to a question in a press conference that he could have easily threw away, and also just I think it shows how much he cares, how much he puts into it, and injuries is the worst part of it. And there's been a lot of great players, whose careers have been cut short, quarterbacks who maybe have never got off to the start or maybe have the finish in their career because of injury.
They're saying some crazy stuff about Joe Burrow leaving the Bengals and maybe getting traded and going somewhere else.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely going to trade him. They do that.
Yeah, that's what the Bengals do, yeah. The Bengals,
He could Carson Palmer.
Well, he could say, I'm either going to retire or you're going to let me out here. I'm not eating the sauce.
Out of the janitor
I'm not
bucket.
paying for the chili, the skyline that you guys are serving. That's what happened. That's just what happened back in the day, allegedly. I think reportedly.
Really?
Carson Palmer, allegedly, reportedly, I think on the record said, I'm going to retire.
Which one? I mean, Christ.
Come on.
I think it was all of them. It was alleged at the beginning, then it was reported, and then I think Carson himself came out and said, that is kind of how the conversation went. So what I was trying to give you was a full dive of journalism. It was alleged at the beginning, then it got reported, and then I think Carson came out and said, I told him I'm not doing it anymore. And then he goes to the Raiders, and then he goes to the Cardinals, then he has a full career afterwards. But he had to say he was going to just, I'm not playing football anymore. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing it if you're not going to let me out of here. Cincinnati Bengals aren't like a big move type place, But on that note, they did spend massive amounts of money seemingly to keep Joe Burrow happy. And then now, if you don't win, is anybody ever happy? We just want Joey B to know, we love you, buddy. Mm-hmm. We love you. You're good for ball, Joe. You're good for ball.
In that same press conference, he seemed pretty happy when they talked about Pokemon cards. So maybe the Bengals could just start paying him in Pokemon cards.
Hey, Coach, you remember when everybody was doing Pokemon Go at training camp? Was that happening with your team?
Probably was, but I didn't participate. That's probably a better question for AJ.
AJ, were you guys Pokemon going?
No, we were not.
Don't lie.
I'll tell
Don't
you,
lie.
me and Vinatieri are walking through training camp, and there's an open area.
That's when people are walking off of buildings and stuff. Is that what you're talking about?
Outer windows and everything
Into
like
volcanoes,
that.
yeah.
Grand Canyon.
Had their phone like this. It was Pokemon Go. Coach, you know anything about this?
I do not. I mean, superficially.
Yeah, you're a 30,000 foot view. 30,000 foot view. You've heard the stories, obviously, but it was the thing that kind of captivated everybody. Everybody was playing his Pokemon Go. Had to be on your phone, and people were just on their phones. They were walking right off buildings, right into trains, just into things. It really captivated the world. Not NFL guys. Well, maybe I don't know, but we were walking from the cafeteria area to team meeting after practice at night, and me and Vinny are just walking through, and we got offensive linemen, linebackers doing his Pokemon Go. We got a meeting in 10 minutes. We got the Pokemon Go.
Let me catch it. Let me catch it.
I've never heard Vinatieri quicker say, we're fucked this year. And I just said, yes, we are. Yes, I think any other position maybe, any other position. But it wasn't our starters, obviously, but it was in the offensive line room kind of doing their thing. And it's season hasn't started, but it's already over, basically. We might as well go ahead and see how this goes. But it was a good game. Hey, it was. I didn't play any. I didn't catch any of them. I would try to catch them all.
Sure.
But it had everybody, including our team, and it was not good. Indicators. It was I don't think it was great for anybody.